Hi, good morning. My name is Priti Raichura. Welcome to the Great Big Indian Money Show, where we will be talking about NRI services made easy. Today we have a panel of experts. A very warm welcome to all of you, and thank you so much for joining us here on iGlobal. If I can start off firstly with Sanjay Pandey. A very warm welcome to you, Sanjay. Tell us a little bit more about yourself.
Yeah, good morning, Preeti, and thank you for this session and this opportunity. My name is Sanjay Pandey, and I am the Executive Director of SBI UK here in London. I am from State Bank of India, and I have been with the bank for almost 22 years. And I have worked in various assignments. Prior to coming to London, I was in Hong Kong, and prior to that, I have worked in various assignments in India as well. So thank you, and looking forward to this interaction.
Thank you, Sanjay. A very warm welcome to you. If I can move on to Mahul, a very warm welcome to you as well, Mahul Desai. Please say a little bit more about yourself.
Hi, Priti, and thank you for this opportunity. My name is Mahul Desai. I've been with State Bank of India for the last 5 years. However, been in banking for approximately 15 years. Prior to this, I was in Barclays in retail banking, and again with State Bank of India, I was in retail banking as a branch manager for a number of years, and then I moved over to the products role a year and a half ago.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much, and a very warm welcome to you. Steve Banks is also joining us. Steve, a very warm welcome, and if you can tell us a little bit more about yourself.
Hi, Priti. Good morning. Yeah, the name's Steve Banks. I've been with State Bank of India UK for 10 years now. My role as head national sales means I look after all our UK branches and focusing on their performance, particularly from a service perspective. Prior to that, I was 20-something years with Barclays and RBS Group. I spent half that time in London and half my time working in some of the offshore islands, such as Guernsey, Jersey, and the Isle of Man.
Thank you very much, Steve. A very warm welcome to you. And last but not least, we have Devrat also joining us. Devrat, a very warm welcome. If you can say a little bit more about yourself.
Thank you. Thank you first to the iGlobal News for hosting this great big Indian mega money show. And thank you for having me here for this NRI discussion. So I joined State Bank of India in 2009. And prior to working here as head NRI, I have worked in many branches in India, in the state of Maharashtra, as well as in Goa. I worked in offshore banking unit of the bank, and as well as I was heading one of the NRI branches in Mumbai.
Thank you very much, Devrat. And again, a very warm welcome to all of you here on the Great Big Indian Money Show 2021. Now, Sanjay, if I can start off with you first, can you talk us through a little bit more about SBI UK and the UNO app?
Well, Preeti, so State Bank of India, as everybody knows, it's biggest bank of India and more than 200 years of operations in India, and we are present across 30 plus countries across the world. So in UK, you'll be very happy to know that we have completed 100 years of operations in UK. And in the year 2018, State Bank of India created a local subsidiary, which is SBI UK Limited, to cater to the needs of the retail customers, which also includes NRI customers who are based in UK. So we are here across England, and we have around 12 branches in London, Midlands, as well as up to Manchester. And we are looking forward to catering to all the retail business needs of our retail customers, including the NRIs. Now, coming to the YONO app, see, as you know, especially for the past 1.5 years, we have all gone through a very difficult situation where, in branch banking or the personal banking has become very difficult. It's extremely difficult to, go out or visit the branches. So we have come up with our mobile app, which is called YONO. which means you only need one. So this is a mobile app which has all the features which are required for a retail customer, which also includes opening of online account. So my customers can open account using YONO app by sitting at their home using the app without coming to the branches or without sending any physical documents to the branches. So it's everything online. And if the authentication or authorization is successful, your account becomes operational immediately. Apart from online account opening, you can send money to India using YONO app. Uh, that's the remittance service. And let me tell you that by using YONO app, you get a premium exchange rate, which is one of the best in the markets. Then there are other loads of services. You can do fund transfers. You can also link your your account in India with State Bank of India, and you can see what's going on there. So there are a lot of features and functionalities, and I'm sure the people who are going to use it are going to love it.
Absolutely, and that sounds really, really interesting, and brings me on to my next point, which I'd like to ask Devrat. Devrat, why is it that those people, those NRIs that live in the UK, why would they be encouraged to open up bank accounts with Indian banks? What are the benefits, even though that they're living in the UK? What benefits do the banks here have for them?
See, banking with Indian banks is more of a necessity for NRIs because you have the transactions accounts like NRO, NRE, which is the non-resident ordinary account, and non-resident external account, which is a rupee account. And you have FCNR account, which is a foreign currency non-resident bank account. As the name suggests, it's a foreign currency account. So whatever earnings you have here, if you want to invest in India and want it to be repatriated, you can have NRE or an FCNR account. But if you have some local credits, like say, for example, an NRI has given his house on rent in India and he wants to receive the rent, then he needs to have an NRO account there. So not just for the investment, but for taking care of his incomes in India, he'll need to have the NRI accounts. Now, to open the NRI accounts, he'll have to visit either the branch in India when he's on the visit to India, or we can provide attestation services to our own customers, to SBI customers. And I'm sure other banks are also offering some similar services of attestation, either through the bank or through High Commission or through Notary in UK.
Now, a lot of us that would have family members in India, but yet we live in this country. How can we support families that live in India while still living here?
Yeah. Now, as I said, you have the NRO, NRE, and FCNR accounts. If the NRIs take internet banking services in their account, then they can remit money to their beneficiaries' account. They can remit money from their Indian accounts to their beneficiary or their family member's account. If they open an account with SBI UK, they can directly remit through the YONO app to their family member's account. And some banks offer prepaid card services, like SBI in India is offering NRI family card. So if your family member takes the NRI family card and gives that card number to you, online you can recharge that card from as low as 100 rupees to maximum 1 lakh rupees, and you can check the balances in that account. So with that, not just through account, but through these prepaid cards, you can take care of the needs of your family members in India.
Sure.
Yeah, and just to add to what Devrat has said, see, SBI has the largest network of branches in India. So we have more than 25,000 branches across the country. In every nook and corner, in the remotest part of the country, we have our branches, and we have highest number of ATM networks as well. So our reach is, to the last mile in India. So if you are sending money using our branches, your family members, wherever they are across the country in India, will have a very easy access to our ATMs or the branches back home, so that they can use our services or withdraw the money.
Okay, so for example, what about if you are an Indian living in India, migrating to the UK either for work or maybe studies, should they be looking at opening up a bank account first in India or when they get here?
So now that is possible. Earlier, it was not possible to open an account, but recently we have launched a service called Namaste UK. And with that service, a customer or a Indian who is migrating to UK on a long-term visa for studies or for work can open an account in India. There are two legs to it. In the India leg, after he has the visa with him, he or she has a visa with him, he can download the YONO SBI UK app, and then in the Namaste UK tab, he can fill the details, and his account is ready. Once it is set up, the account is ready. For the credits, up to 5,000, he can receive the credit, but with a debit freeze. Once he lands in India and has an address proof as well as a BRP, he can submit that in the branch, and the debit freeze will be removed, and debit card will be issued to the customer. So his account will be up and running as soon as he lands in UK. This is very useful for especially the students who are coming here for higher studies in UK, because they may be taking education loan, and they can disburse the expenses related part, daily expenses related part to this account, and once they come here, they can start using the funds.
Sure. So what accounts are available to customers in the UK, and how do they actually qualify for them? And back to you, Devdutt.
Yeah. So I'll discuss about the India-based accounts which are available to the customers. So far, I already discussed about the NRO, NRE, and FCNR account. There are also loan products which are available to the customer, to the NRIs in India. Say, for example, someone wants to buy a home, under construction property, or ready to move in, or a resale property. He can take a home loan. So for that, we can facilitate connection of the customer to the branch where the property is located, or wherever he wants to avail the loan. Secondly, what we can do is we can attest all the documents here in India, in UK, like the home loan application, the ID documents, the income documents, and we can arrange to send those documents to India. Power of attorney, which is required in case of home loans, will have to be executed through the High Commission in UK. So that is about the home loan. They can also avail the car loan facility in India for their close relatives, as well as if there is a short-term liquidity mismatch, they need short-term funds, they can take loan against their fixed deposits in India, as well as in SBI UK. We offer loans against the foreign currency deposits, FCNR deposits, which are held in India.
Sanjay, would you like to add to that?
Yeah, and and they can also open Demat accounts here. So people who want to invest in India, they can also open a Demat account. And Devdutt is already covered in detail the deposit account they can open there in India. And at the same time, they can open their accounts with us also. So if they open account with SBI UK in UK, it will be extremely easy for them to transfer the funds back home in India whenever it is required. So, we have the bundle, the bouquet of product, both here in UK as well as in India, and we can provide the end-to-end services to all our NRI customers.
Of course. No, thank you for that. Now, what about if when we talk about NRIs, I just want to be clear that is that Indians like myself that are British born, do I have that right as well in terms of, is that open to me? Because I'm British born, I have very limited relatives that are blood relatives of mine in India. Do I still qualify? Mehul?
So you would have to, you would qualify for our NRI accounts as long as you have the OCI card. So as long as you've got OCI of some nature, or you got a link to India in that sense, your parents were born there or something of that nature, then yes, you would qualify for the NRI products. However, like Sanjay did mention, that we cater to a lot of UK retail customer products as well, which are quite beneficial for our NRIs, such as our savings account. So we have the savings account, which can be used in the UK with a UK debit card, etc. And it's a great opportunity where you earn a bit of interest as well. However, this debit card can also be used in India in an ATM machine. And by using it in an SBI ATM machine in India, there are no fees associated to it. So this gives our customers who do travel back to India on holiday or for whatever purposes, they can still access money from an ATM machine with no fees. Whereas with a high street bank, for example, there'll be some sort of fees related to it.
And is that, sorry, Karen.
Carry on.
And is it beneficial, say, again, using myself as an example, I'm British born, my parents are not from India either. My grandparents were originally from India. My parents are from East Africa. So in terms of savings account, like ISA accounts were available, would I be able to open up an ISA?
Yes, you would. So as an ISA is for the UK population, where you've got national insurance numbers, so as long as you have a national insurance number, whether you're from East Africa or your parents from East Africa or India, or wherever it may be, you will have a national insurance number because you work and you live in the UK. And the ISAs are available for yourself. And a little bit about ISA, it is a tax-free way of savings. And currently, we are the part of one of the comparisons that's been number one for our 2-year fixed rate ISA, just to add that into there. So we do have a great suite of deposit products like fixed deposits. We have our ISA products, we have our current accounts, we have our savings accounts. With the savings and the current, you do get a debit card, which can be used, like I said, in India. With our fixed deposits, you get great interest rates, which are fixed. However, you can also take funds against that as well as an overdraft facility or a loan facility, which can help you with liquidity or so on and so forth for whatever purposes. If you don't want to mature your fixed deposit, but you need the funds for short term, you can have that facility. Like we said, we've got ISAs. We also, for example, buy-to-lets. I know you've done a session on buy-to-lets already. However, we can also cater to the buy-to-let needs of customers. But one thing where we can really help customers, especially people from India, is if they have, because you've got a lot of people living in India now who have got businesses in the UK. So they've got registered business within the UK. However, their residency is India. We can help them with a business account. So we can actually open up a business account for a UK registered business, even if the directors are based in India. So that's another option that we do have to help these customers as well. And they will be traveling backwards and forwards quite frequently. So it would be beneficial for them to have access to a sterling debit card, for example. So then when they come to the country, they've got access to funds and for their business transactions.
Sure, no, thank you. And Steve, I mean, as Indians, we love locker facilities. Does SBI UK offer locker facilities?
Oh yes, we do. All apart from one of our branches have got lockers, and it's a really successful offering that we have. We have 3 different types of sizes of lockers: small, medium, and large. And the prices range from £100 plus VAT through to £200 plus VAT. I'll tell you how popular they are. There's most of our branches are almost to capacity with lockers, apart from 1 or 2.
And in terms of accessing the lockers, is it kind of limited hours, or can?
Well, yeah. Sorry to interrupt. Yeah, I mean, the branches are open. I mean, at the moment, the hours are restricted from 10 till 2 for COVID reasons. But you know, in normal times, the branches are open between 9 to 5 on a weekday, and they were open between, depending on where you are, 10 and 3 on a Saturday. And subject to notice, customers can access their lockers at any time they wish during those hours.
Brilliant, thank you. And Sanjay, how can British Indians enjoy all the financial benefits of their counterparts in India whilst actually living in the UK?
Yeah, so as I said, we have 12 branches across the country as of now. There are 7 branches in London, and then we have branches in Coventry, Leicester, Birmingham, Wolverhampton, and Manchester. So these are the branches where customers can go physically, meet our staff, and do this banking and whatever they need. Apart from that, we have YONO. So YONO is a mobile app, so it's like a bank in your pocket. You can always use that and do whatever you want to based on the features which are available there. One thing I would like to tell you that we are also introducing a service of remittance for non-customers. So even if you don't have an account with us, still using our mobile app YONO, you can send money to India by using your debit cards, credit cards, your accounts with other banks. So that is also going to be launched very soon, and that will be a very convenient thing for all our NRIs, even if they don't have an account with us. And let me tell you, one of our exchange rates being offered through YONO are one of the best in the market. Also, I would like to advise all our customers that please do see what is the amount finally which is credited to your account in India, the amount. So sometimes you may see that exchange rate is shown as a little high, but there may be some charges which will eventually reduce your amount which is getting credited to your account in India or your relative's account in India. So please see what is the final amount which is getting credited, the equivalent INR amount. Also, please download YONO UK app if you are in UK, because we also have a very popular YONO app in India. So that is called only YONO. But if you are in UK and you want to avail the services being here, it has to be a YONO UK app. So I mean, we have the range of products, and for us, NRI customers are extremely important. And just to express what the kind of importance we give it to them, we have a head NRI, which is Mr. Devrat, who is present on this panel, who is present here in London exclusively to cater to the needs of NRIs.
Right. Well, I mean, that's been really, really informative. Steve, is there anything you wanted to add there?
Yeah, I just wanted to add something about the branches, particularly from the UK perspective. I mean, don't forget we are a UK retail bank, UK registered, UK regulated, should I say, members of the Financial Services Compensation Scheme. So we're open, actually not just to Indian origin customers. We have simple products. We are a service-focused organisation, and our staff actually want to get to know you. In many cases, customers, unlike other banks, actually have relationship managers. The branches are very active in the community, obviously allowing for lockdown, and we'll get involved with local community events, local social club events, local religious community events, and that's how we like to be an active part of the relative communities that we're based in.
Right, well, thank you very much. And Mehul, is there any last words of wisdom you would like to share in terms of some of the services available?
We've got, like Steve, I can't actually add on to what Steve said. We do have some simple but great products. They do what they need to do. Our YONO app is a fantastic app for customers who want to see their India bank accounts as well. So if you have an account with State Bank of India in India, you can view the balance in your UK YONO app. I think that's a great facility to keep a track of everything that you have. So again, I think download YONO, come and bank with us, and you'll get the old school banking back again.
Sounds wonderful. Sounds wonderful. And Devrat, finally, is there anything you would like to add to inspire some of our viewers that are watching here today that can come along to see you in terms of all your products? Is there anything you'd like to add in terms of, to add to what's already been said?
Yeah, thank you. So other than the banking products that we had discussed just now, every one of us, and the services that we are offering here, there are many other financial products which are available to NRI customers in India. Like they can invest in mutual funds, they can invest in ULIPs, in insurance, and there is a national pension scheme, NPS, which is regulated by PFRDA. And I would personally recommend all our NRIs to invest in the NPS scheme, which can be done from here. No attestation is required. It can be done online. So there are other products also other than the banking products in which our NRI customers should be investing, although we are not doing the attestation part for these providing these services. But definitely you will need an NRI or NRO account for having these services. And for that, we'll be very happy to open your SBI UK account as well as do your attestations for those accounts.
Great. Well, that's been an absolute amazing session with all of you here today. It's been Really, really informative, and I'm sure our viewers have found it extremely informative as well. I'd like to thank you all for joining us here today on the Great Big Indian Money Show 2021. And finally, I'm going to now hand it back to Tony. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Preeti, and thank you, iGlobal.